So whatever happened to being a girl boss? Like I remember when COVID was happening, I don't know why I just saw so many ads about, being a girl boss and this is like how it's gonna look like. You're gonna make a six-figure income within like less than a year or whatever their marketing tactic was. And I'm like, I love being a girl boss because I think for me in the starting of like my the ending of my high school year, I was actually more of an entrepreneur and I didn't even know it because the things that I already was doing was like hustling in the industry and like trying to figure out things on my own. And a lot of people didn't know how to do that. But if you want to be a girl boss and you want to be in the beauty industry, I want to share some tips of like what I've been struggling for the last 3 years. And on LinkedIn, it is actually officially what I saw a couple days ago. It's been 4 years I've been running my business, and I'm like, wow, time flew by, and I didn't even realize. I've been running Elle Lashco, which is a lash studio in downtown, for 4 years, but I've been doing the actual studio for like 2 years, and I'm gonna do it within 1 more year left. And I think I'm just starting to shift my business model into something a little bit more different because I found a lot of things that I really value as a person and for me. And I'm not gonna lie that one of them is gonna be location freedom, where I don't want to be stuck in a place and then just go to work and then just stay there forever, because I like to give myself like a little bit of change. And I've been doing that forever. Like I give myself a few years of where I am and I see like what I like or what I don't like. And then for some weird reason, I'll just like end up changing it somehow, or I'll kind of shift into something a little bit more different. But my skills are always transferable no matter where I go. So this video is for you if you are looking to start a new beauty salon, and I want to tell you these little struggles here. Hi, and welcome back to Small Talk Sundays. If you don't know who I am, my name is Michelle. I am a beauty entrepreneur and your YouTube girly talking all things beauty and business, so let's dive into it. I felt like my intro was a little bit long there, but that's fine. So my first reason is inconsistent income. You have to be very prepared that you're not gonna have like a set income like you do like a 9-to-5 job, and let's say you're making like $2,000 every couple weeks or so. You have to realize that like you have to go through your different expenses, how much the investment's going to cost in the first place, and how much you're going to be renting, and how much income you're actually going to be bringing to the table, because you do not know the stability of like how the economy is, especially when it comes to luxury services. It follows the economy. And the second reason would be high overhead costs. So some places I know that have a really high monthly lease, and then it doesn't only just come with that, it comes with a lot of other things like your Wi-Fi, your hydro bill, how many people you're gonna hire, what you're gonna be paying them out, extra, and it trickles on, right? You have to learn how to budget and really put money away for these things to happen. Another reason that could be struggling while opening a beauty salon is that you need to hire staff and have retaining staff as well. You can hire as many people you want, and especially in like a bed rental industry, it's not hiring, it's actually them renting the space that you have in your studio for a certain amount of for like a fixed price. But it's definitely a high turnover for the last 3 or a couple of years that I've been doing this, because girls out there, especially in this industry, they have things going on in their lives, and it's definitely not guaranteed that they're going to be there for like a year or 2 years or for the rest of the time that you're running the studio. So the work ethic can be really, really tough. And I'll be honest, there is definitely high competition. That's why this industry has a really high turnover, but you just have to kind of just focus on yourself when it comes to hiring and like maintaining the tenants that you're going to be having or the staff that you're going to be having, and like building a good relationship with them, I think is really important. And the next one of running a beauty studio is that you have to have client expectation and satisfaction. Without both of these combined, I swear you're not gonna be happy working where you're working, and you need to build like a good brand for yourself for clients to come back to you. Like, you know, like for example, like if you want to retain the friends that you have in your life, you have to put in the effort to like satisfy them to a certain extent. And I think that really kind of just follows within like the business as well. And I know that you can't satisfy every customer, but you have to kind of just put them on a human level of like where they're coming from and why maybe somebody will be complaining, and deal with it on a professional level. And another reason that the beauty industry could be so struggling, especially when opening a beauty studio, is the marketing. Like I've said before, it is a high competitive industry because I feel like anyone can really do it, because the business model is just so easy to pick up that, you know, you're able to do it like low funds. And when I talk about marketing, I'm going to be talking about like the things that if you're not up to date, especially with like how things are in the technology, and you're not utilizing them, especially AI, or like being present on social media, which includes like Instagram or whatever social media that you're doing, you're gonna fall behind in the beauty industry, because there's always things that are going up to date and there's always changes. And what you need to do as a business owner or somebody looking into this business is that you have to be adaptable, because with a strong marketing, you get a strong presence. And I think I should have said this one from the beginning, but it's legal and licensing issues. So in the very beginning, you have to go through the steps of finding a place, seeing how much it costs, seeing if what the negotiations are, seeing if you also have good credit, seeing if you can zone the place in the first place, and then waiting for other permits that you need to do, whether if it's like putting in a sink, doing a blueprint of the place to get the city approved, or you know, all those logistics that nobody really thinks about, but you kind of figure it out when you get into that position. And I think it's like one of the things that people just struggle with in general, like no matter if you have experience or you don't have experience, but try to have people around you and see if they know what they're doing, and to see if they can give advice so that the process can be easy for you in your place. And I think a good idea would be like, let's say you want to open a new studio near a certain area, you can go to other businesses in the area and just ask them. You can ask the owner and actually be like, hey, like I just want to sit down with coffee for you, like is there any chance that you can talk me through like how you opened up your business and how it's going and how the city's been like for a while. And I don't think it's bad to ask, because the worst thing that somebody can do is just say no. And I think I'm gonna just say this last, it's gonna be emotional and physical strain. And it kind of sucks that I'm getting older and I hate being 30. I keep complaining about it because I just feel like my body is not as, it definitely isn't as it was when I was like 18 or 16 years old. Like my body doesn't recover as fast, but it does put a lot of strain on your body, and you do have to put in a lot of work to just work on your mental health while you're working. And that goes for any job too as well. But also learning to be physically active while you're doing this business. Because I know for me, so I do lash extensions like 95% of the time, and I have to be very zen. Like I can't have too much coffee. If I do have too much coffee, like I start to shake and I can't do my job. And my hands are literally like this, and I have to look like a T-Rex, literally. And if I am too nervous or too anxious, or if there's something in my mind, then I end up struggling to do the job and in a timely manner, and it's gonna look bad on the client and myself for my creativity. And if you've seen my other videos, I always talk about wellness and, you know, self-care, and I go through these phases of like, you know, doing gratitude journals and making myself feel better for the year, whatever I'm doing. But everyone's experience is definitely going to be different. These are just kind of the things that I went through and what I guess I'm still going through, especially that last one. But I think overall, try to be prepared before going to this. Don't just jump the gun and just say, oh, it's easy. It's definitely not. It's something that either you can make it or you can break it. But I hope you liked the video. Comment down below if you are trying to run a business or trying to run any beauty salons that you're kind of thinking of in your area. And I would like to give more input actually on like what my thoughts are, because this is the industry that I'm in right now. But you can always like and subscribe. So thank you for watching. Bye. I keep looking at myself in the mirror and I'm like, wow, I'm getting older and I don't like it.